Hey, what's up YouTube? TDNRider here, coming at you with a deck profile. This time I'm going to be deck profiling my Bujin-sworn deck. A link to the duo videos will be in the description, so definitely go check it out afterwards. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Bujins for themselves are pretty much a beatdown deck. You're trying to keep your Yamato on the field and control your opponent. Yamato, this guy over here, is pretty much the main monster of the deck. It's an 1800 beater, light, and a beast warrior. And it has a pretty decent effect. Basically, during the end phase, you can add one Bujin monster from your deck to your hand and then discard one card. So yeah, just that being said. And then there are the Bujin weapons in form of the turtle, the MST, the hornet, and the honest. All of them are searchable, by the way, just want to point that out. And some of them have the fact that they uh, activate in the graveyard, effects that are activated in the graveyard. And that's also the reason why I'm running the Lightsworn engine. Lightsworn engine, I'm running triple Wolf, double Lila, and double Lumina. While Wolf is pretty much the main reason why I'm running the Lightsworn engine. A Lightsworn just for Wolf, and also the milling effects are pretty decent because you want to have this 6 card in your graveyard as soon as possible. And Wolf is also a pretty decent card. Once it get milled, you can just summon it, and you can get rid of it fairly easy, either with Solar Recharge or even with the effect of Yamato. It just doesn't matter at all. And yeah, and then I'm running double copies of Bear because I'm running Tenki mainly for Yamato, but my theory is that in every deck in which you're able to run Tenki, such as Bujin, Constellar, Fire Kings, etc., you basically gotta run Bear. But 2 copies are enough. You can search them, and if you haven't got anything better to do, you can just start beating them down with the bears. Well, yeah, moving to the spells. Here we have triple solar recharge. Um, if you got a pretty bad hand, you can also search your wolf with Tanky because it's a beast warrior. So just that being said, then a heavy storm, the rise of the Bujin. This is a pretty decent card. Um, it kinda sometimes it's kinda dead, but at one it's perfectly fine. Well, if you draw it, it's good. If you don't, it's not like required you to draw it and that you have to win. So it's just a pretty decent, like a Monster Reborn. You don't have to draw it. You can also win without it, but it's still a decent card. Then the Foolish Baron. This is pretty much the MVP of the deck. And not only because those 3 cards there get their effect when they're in a graveyard, also you can just use it and special summon Wolf directly from your deck, which makes it so much faster, really. I'll explain that later, what I meant by saying that. And then Monster Reborn, a charge of a Light Brigade, just milling and adding, also good. And double Pot of Duality. The only thing that the only monster in the main deck that special summons is Lumina, and it's not even required for them to be able to summon. You just can. Also, the milling effect is already decent. So yeah, just the deck is pretty consistent, but with power, it's that much more consistent, really. And then one Pot of Ares because we're only running 2 copy of each Bujin weapon, so you just can reset them and yeah, just that. And then double MST. Keep in mind you got your Heavy Storm, your Lila, and your Bujin MST. So there's really no reason to run more than 2 copies of MST. You can also run only 1 copy. Doesn't even matter. Then one Tensu. This card is so good, especially with Bear. It's just you can like normal summon 2 times, makes this deck so much faster. Like you can grab a Tanky. If you have a Tanky, you can activate it. Grab a Bear. Use Bear's effect to pop a monster. Attack directly. Use Tensu. Summon Yamato, and then during the end phase you can add the Honest, and they basically I can talk. I'm sorry. Basically, can't do anything. So yeah, really good. Of course, triple Tanky for Yamato, Wolf, and Bear, and then one Call of the Haunted, just taking that in, and the Solemn Duo. In the extra deck, here basically you're only running like 5 cards in your extra deck. That would be enough actually. You're running 2 copies of Bujin Emperor Kaguchi. No, I'm sorry, I messed up. Kagutsushi, yeah. This is pretty much the main reason why I'm running Wolf, because it requires 2 level 4 Beast Warrior, and Wolf, as we all know, is a Beast Warrior, so yeah. And it also sends 5 cards from the deck to the graveyard, which is pretty decent, also with your Bujin weapons. Yeah, and it cannot be destroyed by card effect. You can simply detach one extra seal material from this card to prevent it from getting destroyed. Then double War God Susano or Bujin Susano. If you don't have 2 Beast Warrior or 1 Beast Warrior, 1 Yamato and 1 weapon, you can just summon the weapon and then overlay for this. It's a pretty decent card. It's also a +1, and yeah. And then one copy of Brotherhood of the Five-Fist Tiger King. It has the skill ray effect, and also it searches your Tensu and your Tenki, and yeah, really good. And then the other are just some rank 4 and 3, and well, yeah, I just get over them. Gaga Gunman, Radiant Photon Paradios, I guess that's called Starlich Paladinimo or something, Utopia, Consular Omega, Diamond Tower Wolf, Laval Chain, Mestok the Symphony Chain, Levier, Sam Mains, and Leviathan Dragon. So yeah, that's the main deck, and in the side deck we have some cards. You can consider to main deck in them, but yeah, just here. This card over here, Bujin Relic Tiara. Its effect reads, when a Bujin Beast Warrior type monster you control is targeted for an attack by your opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target that attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half that target's attack. I'm sorry, half the target's attack. Well, it's a decent card, don't get me wrong, but since you're running the Honest, you just can destroy their opponent's monster and not just inflict damage, burn them. So yeah, I don't get that. You're running an Honest, and then you're running like something like a magical cylinder. Yeah, I guess that's what the card is called. Doesn't make much sense. Then the other Bujin Beast Warrior, it's a pretty decent card, but I don't see it. I really don't get it. It's not the best card, but yeah, that's another deck. Lands also pretty decent. For this deck, it's really important to keep your Yamato alive. And well, one copy of Lance wouldn't be that bad. You can like technically side out one Spacephone and Lance, because Lance and Bear is such a decent combination, really. The one copy of Honest you could technically add it in, but yeah, you already running 2 searchable copies of Honest, so yeah, there was really no need for it. Then since we're running the Lightsworn engine, you can also run Sephiroth to bounce your Tenki, Tensu, and other stuff. Not the worst, but yeah, just decent. Digusto Emerald, you can just throw it in and take something out. You just gotta run those 5 cards there. The order can you choose, pick freely, yeah. Then the, what's it called, the Cold Wave of the Bujins. You can just use it, but this works way better in combination with Mikatsushi. So yeah, either both or none, so yeah. And then since we're running the Lightsworn engine, you could also add Raiko, Aaron, and some other Lightsworn monster, but then I guess it would just be a Lightsworn deck, and that's not the thing we want. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, please leave a comment. Well, either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a nice day. TDNRider signing out.